Good morning, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Tarot with Kat. Welcome, welcome. Today is September 15th, Monday, September 15th. Sagittarius, this is your tarot reading for the week of September 15th through the 22nd. Every Monday, I give readings for all the fire and earth signs, and every Wednesday, I do readings for all the air and water signs. So I do hope you'll hit the like and the subscribe, so you'll be sure you come back and get your reading every week. I really appreciate that. So much going on astrologically right now for everyone, you guys. There's a lot of really amazing stuff happening in the universe as far as energy goes. And I'm not an astrologer, but I do need to be aware of astrology and have some understanding and have studied it because of how interconnected to the tarot it is. Tarot's connected to astrology, numerology, and the Kabbalah. They're all, the symbolism, everything is all interconnected. If you'd like to know more, I have a short video with my intro to tarot. If you go to my channel and you look down my videos, there's a short, very brief introduction to my understanding of tarot, and I really hope you'll check that out. In fact, I'll put a link to it at the end of this video so you can check that out. It's super short. So anyway, lots and lots going on. Lots of, right now, also for us, the moon is in Gemini this week. It's going to mean that for us, I say us because I'm also a Sagittarius. So whenever I do Sagittarius, I say we and us a lot because I'm a Sagittarian. It's a week for using our adaptability, for shifting priorities, shifting things between relationships, finances, and big picture career moves. Gemini is very kind of flip-floppy, sort of, and it really challenges your flexibility. So this is the day to do that and navigate carefully with the moon in Gemini. We've got a solar eclipse coming up. It's a big month. We've got 2 eclipses in the same month, lunar and solar. The solar eclipse, Sagittarians, is your cue to aim high, set clear, very disciplined course of action for the months ahead. Okay, be clear about that, aim high, and this is the time to do it, and things are going to happen. Doors are opening, portals are opening, so, and they're going to stay open for a little bit. So this is the time to get things done and really, really level up. With that said, let's start our tarot reading for Sagittarius for the week of September 15th through the 22nd. I am using a traditional, it's the 100th anniversary. It's the centennial deck of the traditional Rider-Waite deck, but this got named the Smith-Waite deck, which I love because it includes the name of the artist, Pamela Colden Smith. That is a fascinating story. Please click that link at the end of this video to that short video of mine where I talk a little bit about her and link to some videos put out, there you are, Sagittarius, videos put out by other tarot readers and professionals who talk more about her life and history. It's fascinating. So that is the deck I'm using. You're coming out, Sagittarius, with the Temperance card this week. Coming out with Temperance. What's crossing us this week is this 10 of Swords. When I do these readings, I wish that this is the most difficult reading for me to do as Sagittarius because I cannot help but, as I'm going along, see myself in this, and immediately I'm like, oh, yep, yeah. So I can totally relate already being crossed by this 10 of Swords. Down here in our subconscious tool shed is this 3 of Pentacles. Coming out of our immediate past, a Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Up here as our ideal, crowning us. Yes, crowning us. Interesting, as to have this in our crown is a 3 of Swords. Heartache, crowning us. So then moving into our immediate future is the Sun card. Aw, that's fabulous. Fantastic. Down here in this week in our environment, Sagittarius, you're going to be feeling like the 7 of Cups. Your environment this week is going to give you a 4 of Wands. Our hopes and dreams spot has the Devil. Wow. It's totally jiving with me personally, this Sagittarius. Oh gosh, and after I lay this down, I'm gonna have to put our confirmation card. I forgot, we'll do that in just a minute. And then finally, the final outcome this week is this Seven of Swords card. Okay. Look out, look out. The Seven of Swords is about. Okay. That's a warning for sure that I understand also. All right. So I also like to take a card from this holographic. It is the traditional illustrations from the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, but they're holographic. Well, there it is. Nope, that's two cards, and I kind of saw, I don't want to take that one. I'm not feeling, but no, they're sticky. They're sticking. Not only are they just neat and beautiful, that's our card right there. But I've been studying hologram theory, and it's fascinating, and physics and because some people think this sounds like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo with the planets and all this, but it's an energy thing. It's science too. I also read a lot of Einstein and his theories about energy and matter and the nature of things. I don't even pretend to be smart enough to understand it deeply. I mean, that would be so arrogant to me, I think. I don't understand it, but I do feel like it's all about energies. And the holographic cards. I've been studying holograph theory, and there's also this story I can't remember what tradition it comes out of, whether it's Buddhist, whether it's a Buddhist writing or I can't remember the story, but I do remember it's about the fisherman in the universe named Ananya, I'm going to say the name wrong, Ananya's net, the fisherman's net lifted out of the water in the universe. And if you can imagine this huge net, and everywhere, the crisscross of the net, there's a bead of water. And we're each one of those beads of water on this huge net. And every bead reflects every bead of water around it. Is a reflection of everything around it. We're never disconnected. We're so connected that way, and it's a fascinating idea, and it's also how holographs work. So I find that interesting, and that's why I really love to use these cards. This is a confirming card that we'll look at. We'll keep covered till the end of the reading. If at any time during this reading this is ringing true, and you're wondering what that card is, or you think you have a thought, you think it's got to be something like this. So giving me advice about this. I'd love for you to put that down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's get into this reading, Sagittarius. So this week we're presented by the Temperance card. This rings true to me. Having to keep the peace and the balance and the flow, balancing things out. And I think I said in the beginning of this reading, when I was talking about astrologically, that this is about using our adaptability to balance out shifting priorities, moving from finances to relationships. That would be temperance, balancing all those things out, making sure that we're, being, she's got one foot on land, one sort of in the water. And there's a lot of red in her wings. So Temperance card, which is our 14th major arcana, I always like to consider the colors too. It's purity. It's purity. It's also action. She's got a lot of red in the wings, meaning there's action involved in having temperance. There's things you need to do to make sure you're keeping things balanced. So that's us. That's us balancing things, skillfully balancing things to keep that flow going in our life, so that because in life, if any one of those things is off, things are going to collapse and fall apart. It's very important to have temperance and balance in our lives. We're crossed this week by a Ten of Swords. Now, I don't know what your personal situation is. I know what mine is. I'm not going to share it right now, but it's a card of feeling trapped, very much feeling trapped. All these swords surrounding her. She's got the blindfold on. But I want you to notice in this card that the blindfold is very loose. But she could totally cast off her bindings and her mask if she wanted to, and see her way out of this situation here. But right now she can't see her way out. She's not sure what the right way to go is. And we're in a situation where we are feeling kind of trapped in our situation, not quite certain which way we should go this week. in our subconscious tool shed, those things that we've experienced in our past lives that have become a foundation of us, become our basis, what we bring to this table. There's this Three of Pentacles card, which is a card of hard work and apprenticeship in developing your craft, your skill, your thing, and being an apprentice, learning, education, gathering all of that you need, and being judged by everybody else around you too. They've got these wealthy people who've contracted this person and they're judging the work, and he's just starting out. So he's an apprentice. So they're being very, judgmental. And so we've come out of a lot of judgment and we've gone through a lot of training, education. Sagittarians are all about higher education and further learning and being philosophical. And so we've come out of that. So we have that in our background, is we've done that. We've been there. We've done that. And this week in our immediate past is a Knight of Pentacles. So a Knight of Pentacles. So the court cards are often people in our lives. Now, they're genderless. So just because this is a knight doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman in your life with this Knight of Pentacles energy in your immediate past. We also have to consider what they represent. So first of all, the knights bring new opportunities, and they're usually represent, if it's a person, it's a adult, but a younger adult, like, middle-aged, not a child, fairly mature, but not fully realized yet, hasn't fully achieved everything yet, these knights, but they are gung-ho. They're all about, let's do this thing, let's take some action. And even the Knight of Pentacles. So this is action around finances. So there's some action around finances, but it's not swift action. Pentacles is the slowest knight of all the knights. His feet are planted. The horse is not charging ahead. It's also a warning. It's so we're starting something in our immediate past, I think, that we're taking our time on. But we're doing it. We're taking action and we're taking our time on. This could be a person helping you with this or bringing this opportunity into you. This could be some adult coming in, could, I'm not sure, with some sort of financial career opportunity for us. So crowning us, in our ideal this week, crowning us is heartache. This is the card of heartache. This having to end relationships, having to end a friendship, having to say goodbye to something you love, it's losing a pet, it's like I said, ending a relationship, something like that. Some sort of heartache is crowning us. So what I imagine this signifies for us and for you, Sagittarius, when this shows up in the crowning position, in our ideal position, is this is going to be something that we have to be willing to face and deal with, because sometimes in life, to escape feeling like this, sometimes in life, to escape that cage of swords that's keeping us trapped and keeping us from moving up, you have to be willing to let things go. You have to be willing to end certain relationships that don't serve you anymore. And that's really hard for Sagittarians, because we're people. We hate, we love to make connection. We love to network. We love to do that. And that's our thing. And so ending relationships is not our thing. It goes totally against our grain. And you got to know, this has been a hard lesson for me to learn, that it's okay to let relationships go. It's okay. And it's important for us to learn how to do this. That's why it's in our ideal for us. Okay. We've got a 3 below us and a 3 above us. Our 3 below us is that we're bringing in is always feeling judged, always feeling like we're the beginner, we're learning, and we're always being judged about everything. And I think that's part of why we seek out those relationships and approval. It's all about approval and acceptance, right? And if you end a relationship, you're cutting that off. That approval, that acceptance is so important. So in our ideal, we need this. Sounds weird to say, but you do. You need to be able to do some of that sometimes, and you'll be happier for it in the end. This week, Sagittarius, in our environment, we are going to be seeing and feeling the Seven of Cups. This is a kind of cool card, but it can also be a card of stagnation. So Seven of Cups means opportunity, lots of opportunities, like a lot of different ways to go, lots of opportunities and options opening up to us, but we don't know. He's looking, and they're all in the cards, like, which one how do you choose? They're all equally desirable. Like, how do you choose one? How do you know which? So we might be feeling a little analysis paralysis this week over this. This is how we're going to be feeling. We're going to be looking at a lot of options and trying to decide which to choose. Our environment itself, though, this is really nice. In the environment itself, it's our home and hearth card. I call it home and hearth. It's very stable, happy home life card. It's the Four of Wands. And so the Four of Wands is about, again, fours are stability, strength. Think of the foundations of a house. These pillars could be the beginnings of a house being built. To me, this represents home and family. Happy home and family, so stability there. So I think this week in our environment, as we're dealing with this new Knight of Pentacles idea coming in and having to have temperance and think about what relationships we're going to let go and what ones we're going to nurture. Home life is going to be good, solid, and I think a priority for us as well. Our hopes and fear spot is this Devil card. Of course, it makes sense because it's the Devil, and to me it's even darker than the Tower. At least the Tower has a lot of white in the Tower. To me, it's the darkest card in the whole tarot deck is the Devil card, and it's a card of addiction, not just physical addictions, drugs, alcohol, things like that, mental addictions. It could be even the addiction of scrolling on your phone. That's one thing I've had to really limit. It's easy to drop into that mindless scrolling, and then that pulls you off your path. It could be addictive, toxic relationships, and I can relate to that one too. So it could be a toxic relationship that you're fearing is going on. And for me, I'll tell you what my fear is. I don't want to project my fear onto you because your fear might be a different type of addiction, or something that doesn't serve you. The Devil is anything that doesn't serve you and pulls you off your path is the Devil. So in mine, it's addictive relationships that I've fallen into because of things from my past that I'm really trying hard to break free of. And so that is coming up in my fear section. Final outcome this week is a Seven of Swords. Look out, look out. The seven's about. Look for thieves. Look for people trying to put one over on you. Take advantage of you. This guy is stealing. He's leaving 2 of the swords, but he's stealing 5 of the swords away. And, trying to pull stuff. So you may have somebody in your future in the final outcome this week who's trying to, you're feeling this seven, whatever this is, this Seven of Swords that's having you feel trapped from realizing your Sun card, beautiful card. I don't know if I skipped over this, and I think I mentioned that in the immediate future is this beautiful, I feel like I skipped straight from the heartache to our environment this week. I might have skipped over our immediate future, which is the Sun card, which is a brilliant, beautiful card. It is happiness, joy with action, though. This is a card of action. This isn't just, oh, I've made it, I've got it, now I'm going to relax and enjoy. No, this is, I am so happy. Things are going my way. I know what I'm doing. I am on my path, and I am taking action toward that. That's the Sun card. That's our immediate future. So, the Swords card, watch out as you're moving through all this and you're trying to break away. There may be somebody in your not immediate future. Final outcome here this week, at the end of the week, or even September sometime, is this Seven of Swords card of somebody trying to take from you. And so if you, each of the minor arcana, the numbers also associate with their corresponding major arcana. So the 7th major arcana would be the Chariot. And the Chariot is all about temperance too. We came up as temperance. Okay. So we came up as temperance, which is about keeping things balanced. Keep it balanced and you'll be okay, right? We came out as temperance. And the Chariot involves balancing, overcoming, charging forward to succeed by balancing out the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. It's all about temperance and controlling that, controlling all those things as you charge forward is what the Chariot is, which is the 7th major arcana. So this is the 7 of Swords. This is somebody with legal action, thoughts, ideas, who's coming to try to cross you or take some of the wind. It's also an air sign. Swords are air sign. Take some of the wind out of your sails, so to speak. Don't let them. Exercise that temperance that you know that you are, that you literally are this week. You are temperance. And don't let them pull one over on you. I'm so curious what our confirmation card is going to be under here. If you think you know, drop a comment down in the comment section below. But I would really like to see what our further, the star. Make a wish. Wish on a star. Wish on a star. Another major arcana, the star card. Again, about temperance. Look at, okay, I'm going to put an image up on here before I post this of the star card, so you can see what the star card is. She's taking water from one and pouring it into the other. It's very similar. It matches our temperance card all the way. And this is confirming that if we exercise that temperance and that control and keep being mindful that we're keeping things balanced, being willing to cut away those dead things that don't serve us anymore, that, those addictive relationships and addictions, then our wishes are going to come true with this star card. This is the card of wishes granted, wishes fulfilled. Yeah, so very confirming card for us this week, Sagittarius. So, good reading. Thank you for being with me on our reading this week, Sagittarians. Do come back next Monday. If you haven't hit like or subscribe yet, please hit that subscribe button right down there. It doesn't cost anything. And that way, next week when your tarot reading comes out, the reminder will pop right up and you can have your next tarot reading right at your fingertips. So thank you so much. Have a most blessed week. And thanks for visiting Tarot with Kat.